Looky now. Everyone, get in here! Everyone, get in here! Right, 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 let's roll! Right, right, go! Everyone, get in here!
It's tracking me!
Sorry! Everyone, in here!
It's tracking me!
Sorry! By the power of Ragnarok, I have the power! Ready for story time? I have the power!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and welcome to the first ever episode of Tavern Talk, THL's first, only, and official recap show. As you can see, we have some fun rules going on here tonight. We have a game within a game. Every Tavern Talk, we're going to have a drinking game going on. The rules will be posted on our banner. If you're watching, we ask that you play along, of course, 21 and over. With me here tonight, I have a couple THL personalities. The one and only Bearded Beauty, Mr. Schlimch.
Thank you.
Well-known caster and THL personality, Mr. Cassidy. How you guys
What's
doing
up,
tonight?
THL?
So, I got a dilemma here, fellas. Went to the fridge, right? And I have a problem. Okay? I got Classic. I got Blue Moon. I've got a little bit of local. I'm from the, well, I'm not from, but I'm living up in the Northeast. And I've got a little Cisco Bay Brewery, Whale's Tail Pale Ale. Haven't tried that one yet. And then a little seasonal, a little bit pumpkin. I don't know which way to go, guys. I'm a little confused. A little distraught over my decisions here.
Do it all.
Try them all before the night's over.
So where do I start?
I'm still pretty new to the whole 21 thing, but I'd recommend the Blue Moon. I've had that.
All right. And then I have to go ahead and tell you guys that this is the only way I know how to open my beverages. It's a Batman bottle opener. You can all feel free to be jealous about that. All right, so guys, I kind of lost my train of thought in excitement over beer selection. So I have to get that rolling here. Hold on. All right. I went with the Blue Moon for those who are concerned and those who want to know.
Solid option.
Thank you. THL, going into our first ever official season. For those of you who've been around a while, you know that we've played Alpha through Kappa now. Cassie, Schlimch, you guys have been around for a while. What's been your experience so far in the THL? Like, how'd you find out about it? What's your guys' roles? Like, who are you to these people watching?
You go, Cassidy.
Okay, so I have played in every season. I first found out about the league back when Undertaker Hunter was a thing, and that was the first deck that I actually, quote-unquote, tryharded with. In Hearthstone, I began to take the game a little more seriously because I just loved that deck because it was Cancer. Everybody take a drink.
Cancer.
But I did that, and then I joined some Facebook groups for Hearthstone. I saw a post about an experimental league that was starting up. I love sports. I love Hearthstone. I said, let's give it a shot. Seasons Alpha and Beta were kind of up and down because I was on teams that we forfeited a lot of matches just because people didn't get things in on time. And that becomes contagious. As a player, you kind of lose your energy with the league when that starts to happen. So I was kind of in and out. Season Kappa rolled around. I got onto a new team led by a great captain, played with some great teammates, got really into the league, and then a opening opened up for somebody to help cast the weekly stream. I volunteered to try it, fell in love with it, and that's what I've been doing ever since, and playing Hearthstone at the same time.
So for those of you who are not familiar, every Saturday night, to the best of our abilities, we try to do the Salty Saturday stream, highlighting some of the best, and if I'm playing, some of the worst matches of the THL. Although if my priest is there, we are good to go, by the way. That's my priest deck that we just mentioned.
That's a drink.
What about you, Slim? What's been your experience so far with the THL?
So I initially learned about it on Reddit. I was browsing new probably. I just stumbled across. I actually researched in my history to get the details extremely clear. Found this post of this random guy that was just like, "Yeah, I want to be on a team. Does anyone know some teams I could join?" And I browsed through the comments a little bit, and I find a guy named, who I find out later, Brunson, who's talking about THL. So I PM him. He gives me Jedi's contact info. I register. And in season alpha, I'm just a sub free agent, just kind of roaming around, responding to all emails from captains looking for subs. Subbed about 3 times, I think, although my opponents never really showed up. And I think one time I subbed for the Gosu casuals, and then later in the beginning of the beta season, I was signed to the Gosu casuals, and I'd hit legend a few times, so I came in with the initial PR 450. I'd imagined that I was going to drop below Jing Buddha, because we did some practice games when they were figuring out whether they'd like to sign me or not, and I was like, whoa, this guy's really good. But I don't know, it's just been a really great experience. Season beta, we managed to be the league champions in the finals. Season Kappa, didn't quite make it, just shy of the playoffs, but it's just been a really good experience overall. A lot of fun.
Right on. Cassie, you actually brought up an interesting point that as a captain in the league, I've struggled with throughout. And that would be the concept of like the drive, keeping the drive going, especially when matches are forfeited and you're geared up for a match and Saturday or Sunday, whenever you schedule, rolls around and it falls through. What were some things you found you could do to keep yourself motivated throughout the season when matches fell through?
Well, I found out, especially this past season with Season Kappa, having a team that was really active, maybe not even in like the scrimmaging aspect, because the 5 of us were all on pretty different schedules. Some of those guys had families. Some of us had to get to bed at different times. But even like we had our own Facebook page, and we were constantly talking about the game, talking about picks, talking about what our opponents were bringing, how we were doing. And at one point, I think we had like the worst, or one of the worst records in all of THL. But
Something to be proud of.
We kept doing that every week, all throughout the week. And believe it or not, we had like 5 straight weeks at the end of the year. We scored over 20 points, and we ended up pushing into playoffs. And it was just so rewarding to like know that not giving up and keeping that drive alive, like it pays off, because Hearthstone is a game that there's not giant enough skill gaps, especially in this league, that really any team can go on a run like that and just keep winning. And we did that, and we snuck in, and it was totally worth it.
I got brag when I can on my own team here. For those of you who know, Entropy has for 3 seasons in a row made it at least to the semis, and currently I believe we are the 2nd lowest PR in the league. For those of you who are not unfamiliar, that's a player rating. Each individual having their own score, and it's kind of like a salary cap system, which as a captain I hate, because I had to let a couple great players pass by this off season because I just couldn't take them because of cap. But with the same kind of deal, we have some great leaders and guys like Al Mace and Mark Shire, who we have a Google Hangout, much like your Facebook, and do the strategy talk, keeping motivated and keeping everything going, and discussing different decks. Which, by the way, I would like to thank Al Mace and Mark Shire for helping me out with building a very cancerous warrior deck last night. Sorry, it's been too long. My throat was getting dry. Mark.
Yeah.
Mark. There we go. All right. So, moving into Inception, what are your guys' predictions for your own teams? How you feeling? Any new pickups you're excited about?
Well, I actually changed teams. I again, nothing against the team I played on in Season Kappa, but I found a team full of guys who they have a similar schedule as me, they have similar availability as me, and so I began just kind of hanging out in Skype with them towards the end of Season Kappa. Team Rank 5 is the team, by the way. And we had a lot of fun. We make jokes at each other's expense for like hours on end every single day. We talk about sports, we argue about sports, and we're playing Hearthstone at the same time.
Awesome.
And so I decided to link up with them because they had an opening and they had room under the cap. And so they are going to sacrifice me to all of the top seeds in the league while they farm the 2, 3, and 4 spots. That's the goal. So I'm hoping we do really well. I will not do very well. My PR is going to take a huge hit. But team success is what I'm all about, and hopefully we can pull that off.
Right on, right on. By the way, we're going to be hearing more from Team Rank 5 later on, as their commander-in-chief is going to be stopping by for a little bit. Also, I wanted to give a shout-out to Grim in the chat, who just got accepted onto a team. Congrats, man. Welcome.
There you go.
What about you, Slim? What are you thinking? How you feeling with Inception rolling around? Anything you're excited about? Anybody you're looking forward to throwing down with? Any new players on your team we should be looking out for?
Yeah, we signed a new guy. His name is Michael. He's roughly 300 something PRI. Spectated some games of him playing against Jing Buddha. Pretty excited about that. Season Capo wasn't really our season, but I know just the team as a whole has such a history, and I think we know that we can prepare a little bit better. And with this new format of the keeping it Conquest, but with 4 classes, 1 ban, like Cassidy was mentioning, preparation, it really does get rewarded. You'll see that a lot in this league with the format. So I don't know. I think we're definitely a force to be reckoned with. We're definitely not like some other filthy casuals out there in this league.
Oh, the word
Now you gotta
casuals is
take a
thrown
drink.
around, folks.
Yeah, so I'm feeling really good overall. I'm really excited. It's going to be great.
Necro, that was planned. I don't know if you noticed. I had to compete with. For those who didn't catch on, Necro in chat is pointing out these beautiful V-necks to the round neck. You know, Cassidy here is just a beautiful individual, and Schlim's just got that beard going. So I had to show a little more skin to.
To compensate?
Yeah, and then I threw the blazer on where the bearded beauty, he's copying. Actually, I can't take credit. Cassidy started that. Interesting concept you brought up, though. We're going to yet another new format in Season Inception. We've gone from Last Hero Standing to Conquest. We've gone through several different formats within the THL. How do you guys feel about that? Every season looking at a new way of approaching your matches. Do you find that interesting? Is it annoying? How does that work out for you guys?
Cassidy?
Okay, I'll go first again. I really enjoy it. I think the frustration going into Season 1 is that it's all but confirmed that Blizzard is not going to keep the Conquest format the way it is. And so even though we found success running with the Conquest format, if Blizzard's not going to keep it the way it is, it's up to us as a league board to try to optimize a format that everybody enjoys and rewards a little bit of skill. So all that we're doing this time, I see Almace asking in chat about it, we are just going to bring 4 classes, and you're still going to have to win with 3, and you'll see your opponent's 4 classes, ahead of time, like Wednesday, Thursday night, like usual. And then as you show up, as you're getting into a match with your opponent, you say, by the way, I'm banning this, or by the way, I'm banning that. And so your opponent and you are both forced to act right on your feet there, as well as be prepared to play all 4 of your decks, because we're not banning 3 days in advance like we used to do. And so we're hoping that adds another line of preparation and skill to the format without totally changing it, because we just don't know what Blizzard's going to announce yet.
Yeah, the 1 ban is pretty good with Conquest, even in our league where we have the flexible decks. Pick the class. You could have multiple decks available. Even so, sometimes even the most flexible classes can be a little bit limited. So just having the ban is an extra step of preparation, which I think if they're going to pick a new format, they might return to. Because I think that's the feedback I've been hearing from all the pro players. So, yeah, I think it's going to be really good. It'll reward preparation. You only have 9 deck slots, which is a good thing in this case. So you might, who knows, you bring your 3 mages, suddenly it's banned and you're feeling pretty sad.
Mm-hmm.
Should be really good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna complain, man. I would like to ban every paladin and freeze mage I see this season. That's just the way I feel about it. At this time, I would like to actually go ahead and welcome in our first guest. Unless you guys had more to say on the upcoming season, but we could revisit that topic here in a minute.
Oh, that's all right. Let's get him in here.
All right,
Everyone, get in here.
everyone, especially Mange, get on.
Man,
in
that
here.
was a cancerous deck back in the day, wasn't it?
Oh, cancer indeed. I believe that's 2 cancers. Now it's 3. I don't know.
Oh.
You know, it still might be pretty cancer. I think 2 people brought it to BlizzCon that I saw.
I believe I just heard the word again. I hope nobody out there's drinking anything hard, and if you are, I hope you're not driving.
It's a fair deck. It's just, it's putting cards like Piloted Shredder and Dr. Boom in there now.
Right.
That's a fair
Totally
deck.
fair
Right?
cards.
Yeah, I know. Very balanced cards.
Totally balanced.
Not every deck is running.
So, for those of you who are not familiar, Mange here is the fearless leader of Team Rank 5. I think there might be a couple other people in this call that represent such a dirty squad, but
What's going on?
how you doing, Mange? How you doing tonight?
Oh, pretty good, man. Pretty good.
So Mange wanted to pick an image that represented who he is and what he's about. So let's hear it for the fellow Reaver down there.
Yeah.
So Mange, we can't see, but are you joining us tonight in our fun little Tavern Talk game, our game within a game?
I have a Dr. Pepper. I'm going hard.
Attaboy. That's what I like to hear on Thursday night. So, Mange, Team 5 found themselves within striking distance last season. How do you guys plan on improving in this season? You got any aces hidden in the sleeves that?
Yeah,
we can look
I
out
think
for?
you guys have been talking to him for a couple minutes now. Cassidy was a really big pickup for us. He just helps make our team so much deeper. And in scrimmages over the last couple of weeks, we've all improved so much just from getting to play with him and against him. Beat up on him a little bit, let him beat up on us. And I think getting Cassidy, getting Cassidy's. I mean, it's huge for us. It's just so huge.
I was at one point swept by our number 5 player, so I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, we don't speak at that time.
It was a dark day in my life.
So, you do have Cassie taking the top spot in your squad now.
Correct.
Sacrificial lamb.
What does he bring as a heavy hitter? Are there any matchups that you have that you're looking forward to seeing between Cassie and other 1 spots in the league?
His biggest asset to our team is his Cleveland Cavalier knowledge. Like he knows every single player.
Got my color shirt on right here.
But other than that, I don't know. Like he thinks he's not going to do very well. We think differently, but if not, between him, myself, and Brian, we're all pretty close PR wise. So if someone is a little bit better, has a little bit better form, like they're gonna rise to number 1, and then we're all just gonna fall underneath. And I think the balanced lineup is gonna work out in the end for us.
Yeah.
So as far as matchups go, the whole reason we're doing this is everyone wants to play to win, and Archon Storm won last year.
Yeah, we only had.
Talk about the Miami cheat
So-
of Team Hearthley.
By the way,
seriously.
I just want to throw it out there. Entropy played Archon Storm 3 times last season.
Feels bad, man.
It feels
Well,
real bad. But you know
We
what?
got them once.
Yeah.
We got them once. We were actually the only team to beat them last season. And so it's just matchup wise, I really want to see the Cassidy league MVP Clark Kent matchup.
Ooh,
That's what I
there
really
you
need
go.
to see.
I don't do well with rope.
By the way, not to interrupt this amazing thought, but for those that were asking in the chat, this Whale's Tail Pale Ale, if you ever have the opportunity, from Cisco Brewers in Nantucket, I'm pretty sure my mind was just blown. Just want to share that. Sorry, back to things of importance now. So you're kind of expecting to see guys fluctuate through that top spot on your squad.
It's possible. It's totally possible. We've talked about it. We wouldn't be surprised if both all 3 of us, really Cassidy, myself, and M-Bulk, end up playing the number 1 spot. And we're okay with that.
Our best player is legitimately our number 3 player. That's not an
Brian.
exaggeration. He's by far the best Hearthstone player on our team.
Brian is absolutely our best player.
Just
he has
posted an
really-
Oakland Raiders-esque win-loss
really
record
rough,
last season.
really rough season. So, just
Right on.
I think last year I did pretty good in the 2 spot. I was 6-3. So I'm just expecting 2 of 3 of us are gonna win every week.
All right.
And,
So
you
you're
know.
you're feeling pretty good about life right now.
Yeah, I really am. Yeah, this is our best team by far. It's our most fun team by far. I think everyone's enjoying themselves, and we're ready to get going.
Nice, nice. Hey, speaking of having a loaded freaking team, uh, Team Rank Five's got quite a few members on the All Stars. What does that mean for you guys, your team, to have such a strong representation amongst the THL's finest?
Um, yeah, it was pretty neat to see Brian and I picked to captains, and I think I think we had as many as Archon Storm and Zenergy, and they were both in the championship last year.
Mm-hmm.
So and Cassidy, I mean, honestly, if he wanted to do it, he would have been picked to be an All Star as well. So I mean, it's nice. It's nice. We're a deep team. And I'm glad that other people feel the same.
Must feel like the Heat circa the big three.
Yeah.
So, having been a captain before, one question I always like to ask the other captains, because it's something that I myself fill on my team, and a lot of people don't typically think of a captain as being the worst player on your team. But how do you feel about the 5 spot? Like, do you find it a challenge to fill? Or how do you go about picking your 5 spot on your team?
Okay. So our first season, our 5 spot was Megan, and she was brand new to the game, like had been playing like several months, and she like got up to speed so fast, and she was like killing everyone. She was just dominating. Unfortunately, she couldn't play, so we had to move on to our buddy Jesus, and he's going to be back again this season. The biggest challenge with him is just getting him to play the damn game. He has a lot of different interests, and he works long hours. So, he often doesn't have much time. But when he plays, and he plays consistently, he's very good. As Cassidy said, a couple minutes ago, he swept Cassidy. He swept him 3-0.
He did.
So, last season he didn't have the season that he wanted, and we think that this year it's gonna be a lot better. Like, it can be tough to fill that 5 spot, but the fact that he's a personal friend of all of ours and that he's as into it as we are, like, I don't know, I think we have a pretty big advantage.
So the rapport there definitely helps. Now, this might be the most important question I ask you all night. All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
My Mech Tyson
Mhm.
versus versus that dude's Oil Rogue.
Right, that guy's our rogue.
Who wins?
Does your priest still have power with glory in it?
For those of you who aren't getting the reference, drink.
Oh, he references Priest Deck that plays Power Word Glory. Take a drink.
Well,
Is that a tech card?
No, the core card.
come
The
on.
2 of.
Come on. My priest held its own last season. Well, Mange, thank you for stopping on by. We invite you to stay and join us for the fun, because now we're gonna go and pick on who am I talking to next? I'm talking to Vendy Click.
Yes.
Wow. Sorry.
How's it going,
struggling.
guys?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Pretty darn good.
Feeling
Feeling
it?
really good.
So, you're in an interesting position, right? Because you're a new captain, but you're an old player. So, how that, like, what's your experience? What tell us about your experience in the THL and your rise to becoming a captain.
Well, like it all goes back to like I've only been playing really competitively for a few months now, about 4 or 5 months. I came from a Magic background, so I know competitive card games. I know basic strategies, things like that. But I joined like 5 or 6 different like competitive Hearthstone groups, and I would just, post deck lists all the time, ask a lot of questions, ask for a lot of ads and stuff just to try to build up a friend base. And I realized that there was actually a lot of like individual leagues out there and everything. And Cassidy actually would always comment on my posts, would always like give recommendations and like tell me if a certain card in a deck wasn't going to work out for me and give me other recommendations. And it was really helpful. So, I paid a lot of attention to what he would say. And then I don't remember the exact circumstances, but I remember asking about leagues in general, and he brought up Team Hearth League. And, I ventured into it. It seemed really cool. I viewed the page. I read all the rules. Everything seemed really well put together and everything. And, looking at past seasons, I could see how many teams participated. And I really wanted to be a part of that. So I signed up. And I posted my info a couple times trying to, get on teams and such. And Kranthi Kumar, also known as Diamond, started up the Exenergy team, and said they were looking for a player with around 350 PR, and luckily that's what I came in at.
Nice.
Highest rank being 5. It was very convenient, and I messaged him and everything. I talked to him a bit, and Exenergy actually has other teams. Like we have like a Counter-Strike team and a League of Legends team.
Oh,
and a
nice. So you
Dota
guys
team.
are hanging out outside of Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I messaged the group and everything, and we talked about it, and I got accepted into the team. And the team at the time was Katota in the number 1 spot, Twiz in the number 2 spot, me in the number 3, then the Sacred Jew at 4, and then Diamond, our captain, at 5. And he was a great captain. And, Diamond's a great player, and, we're all pretty new. Well, some of us are pretty new. So we had a lot of room to improve and everything. But after our pretty good performance last season,
Yeah,
I was
I would say it was pretty
about
solid.
Pretty good.
yeah, second place. We could have done better.
Well, second place is just the first loser. So you
I
guys,
know,
are,
you
you guys
rocked
are the best
somebody's
losers.
world in the playoffs. I forget what team you just shattered in the playoffs. Oh wait, it was mine. Yeah,
Oh,
that
dreams.
Twiz guy, he's pretty good.
Dreams
Adam
are
Schefter
shattered.
can confirm.
Oh, we're gonna miss him this season. But man, we've got a good replacement. I tell you what, we're gonna do well.
You actually had a hidden message in there. I know that there's a few guys in the chat right now that are from the many posts we've seen for free agents in the Facebook group. And just a shout out to all you guys. And Vendy Click here is an example of it. Just because you don't get picked up this season, we are always looking for subs. And I know as a captain, I'm sure that Mange and Vendy Click can back me up on this. Just hanging around with a group and getting to know guys, you'll get picked up just because you're not in this season. Don't think that it's the end for you, or you're never gonna be a part of the league. Just hang in there, stick it out. Somebody's gonna pick you up, especially if you're a good player. And worst case scenario, man, offer to be a practice dummy. I know Entropy does that a lot with free agents. We bring in guys and let them kick our asses, steal their ideas, and then don't pick them up because that's American.
Yeah, that's really good advice. Just remember what I said about Season Alpha. I was a free agent, sub. Just stayed really active. Eventually you get picked up.
Somebody's going to grab you eventually. So,
Good things will happen.
So Vendy, you got Katota rocking your 1 spot.
Yes, we do.
Has Katota always been a player on Xenergy? Is he new to your team? What's the connection to Katota prior to inception?
I'm not sure how he got on the team or what his expansive like Hearthstone, not Hearthstone, but rather Team Hearth League experience was before this. If he was already in the league, but I know he was on the team when we first started. I was actually the last pick onto the team. I rounded out the team, and
so they
there's
took the
nothing else I
sinking.
can say.
They took the sinking ship, grabbed the new guy, and said, "You're the captain now."
Yes, such a sinking ship from the number 2.
I mean,
but
well, you're second place. You didn't win. You sank with the rest of us.
obviously,
Keep in mind the guy
champions-
saying this, I believe, was not even in the postseason.
No, we beat it to the semis. We got annihilated by
Oh, okay.
Orcon. And by
I thought-
annihilated, I mean literally our top 3 spots got annihilated, and it came down to me. That
can
is
relate.
always a bad time. When it comes down to me.
You and Power Word Glory.
Well, actually,
Oh!
to be honest with you, my Hunter won the first time out. My Priest won. It was that goddamn Grim Patron, rest in peace, Warsong Commander, drink. I was up 2-0 in that match, and they got swept 3 straight. Sorry, I had to go on my rant there. Tangents. I'm a little upset.
completely acceptable. I feel the
my
same way about
apologies.
that whole thing.
Almace did beat Verde, and he's very upset that I And you know what, Almace? Here's what I'm upset about. You lost him in the semis, not the quarters. Thank you. Um, oh, so new captain. You had to deal with the dreaded PR cap. Was that an issue for you, or was it easy to work around? Like, what was your experience with working with this air quote salary cap?
There was a lot of stress going into the season about it because we did lose two very valuable players. Twiz decided, or it felt like he wasn't going to play this season and everything. So, we immediately started looking for somebody to replace him because he's a very important spot. He was very high up there, I believe, like 440 PR. So
Yeah, one of the
difficult to
best
replace
win-loss
up there.
records in the league, I believe.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, I think he's like
Yeah,
9-2.
he's
or
an awesome player.
Outrageous. Oh, God,
Twiz
yes.
is very
And
good.
He's a great teammate. And by the way, I don't know if Twiz has been picked up yet, but I know he's looking to get on a team now. He's an amazing player. You definitely should grab him up. He's a great guy. But and we also lost the Sacred Jew, who was around like a 300 PR, but he was a real solid player. We all have like a Facebook group and we all talk to each other and compare decks and everything. Always very like out there to suggest things, but unfortunately with school and work and stuff, he doesn't have time this season. So we lost two very valuable players, and we were definitely looking for those. I'm lucky that a personal friend of mine, Gideon Neko, also known as Chris, wanted to get in, and we're both from a Magic background, so I knew he could play well, and I was lucky to get him on the team. But it was that last slot that was really difficult because I know a lot of players that are looking for teams tend to be newer players, and for the most part tend to be in the lower PR. And I kind of wanted to max out the salary cap, like try to take advantage of it as much as I could. So I was looking for someone higher, and I was stressing out about it. And just out of the blue, I made a post about it, and just Veraday, John Gallagher, just says, "Hey, what about this guy?" and mentioned Mimikys, I believe.
Yeah, I was noticing he's new to the league. That's an exciting pickup.
Yeah. Oh, he's such an exciting pickup. Like at first, I was like, I don't know what his PR is and everything. He's hit legend multiple times, has multiple gold classes, and just talking to him, he seems very confident. He knows what he's doing. He's my biggest. The thing I'm happiest about is that I'll be just playing ladder, and he'll hop in and watch me.
Yep.
And he'll watch
Oh,
Katoda,
it's a good
and he'll
feeling.
watch other
Yeah.
people, and he's like, well, what did you think about this play? I think you should play this against this matchup. You want to do things like this, and it's the best thing because last season we were all very good individually, and we did have a lot of interaction. But our biggest problem was towards the end of the season, everyone focusing and practicing. And I think with somebody who's going to watch and suggest and help, I think that's a definite boost.
Absolutely. I myself had the struggle of we almost got Tazdingo this season before he announced that he couldn't play. He was literally 2 points out of cap for us. He was 425. We had 423. But I truly think we found a gem, and we picked up Bern Glanston. This dude, Will, for those who were seeing the post, and Will's kind of got that same mentality of he'll jump in and he'll watch Almace and he'll watch Markshire and he'll watch Furpo. He'll just jump into games, or he'll jump in mine and go, this is what you shouldn't have done. He gets the what to do from them and the what not to do from me. It's a really beautiful experience.
Fun fact, Will, your Glansman, is also a personal friend of mine.
So here you are just bringing people
Leonard
in left and
Lewis.
right.
I've tried my best.
And whoever got VendiClick in the league did a really good job.
Thank you.
So the last real question I kind of wanted to know, man, is like going from being a member of the team to being the captain of a team. Do you think there's gonna be any like struggle or issues with that transition, or do you think you guys are just tight enough that that's gonna be seamless?
It should be it's felt pretty seamless. Towards the end of the season, I know Kranti got distracted by like school and things. He started school, and there's also a time difference. We're a very multicultural team at the moment. Katoda's from Brazil, Miki's from Thailand, me and Gideon Nico, Chris, are from America. and then Kranti's from India. So there was kind of that time issue sometimes with having a captain that was in a much different time zone than us. While me and Sacred Jew, who last season, was an American member as well, and Katoda are all in a pretty set time zone. So I think with an American captain, with majority of us being in the same time zone, is going to help with practices and things. And I think everyone knows that. And towards the end of the season, I did take on more of a captain role, trying to get practices going, posting deck lists and things. So I think the transition started before the season even ended.
So can I ask you something? You said you guys have not just a Hearthstone team, but you guys play League of Legends, and I believe you said CS:GO together.
Yeah.
How do you guys make that happen if you're all over the world? Like, I would love to hear about this.
Xynergy in general, I think I'm the only one on another team. But for in general, I know that there's multiple people who are on the League of Legends and the CS:GO team and the Dota team. That's very difficult. It's a lot of Skype calls and a lot of trying to arrange practices and things. I'm actually just a sub on the CS:GO team, but it's crazy. There's a lot of Indian and U.S. and European members.
So is this like a gaming clan that you guys built together, or is the Hearthstone team a newest edition of it? Like, talk to us about this Xynergy organization, because I don't think anybody knew about this before right now.
This organized syndicate.
Yeah, no, I'm so intrigued.
Yeah.
Yes, we've come to run all the Hearthstone leagues. But yeah, the Hearthstone is definitely the newest team that they've adapted. I mean, if you guys want to check it out, Xynergy Gaming on Facebook. Everything.
Do you guys
is
have a
relatively
website
inactive
that we can
now.
plug too?
Plug.
We might actually
Plug.
plug all of it.
We
So
don't
shameless.
mind. Listen, especially the bearded beauty down there. We do not mind whoring ourselves out here at Tavern
I
Talk.
love it.
You know what I have to say? Fuck the Warsong nerf. Filthy
Okay, I found the
casuals.
Facebook page. I'm going to
Filthy
put it in the
casuals.
chat.
Gosu casuals. My priest
Thank
deck
you.
is the best, and
Oh,
everything
Mike
is
did too.
cancer.
Oh,
I'm
no.
out of beer now.
Oh
Thanks.
man, that was a lot.
Oh, that's
a lot.
really cool. Like, I really hope you guys keep that up. That's awesome.
Wow, dude! I am drinking pumpkin pie right now. I am drinking pumpkin pie.
We
is
need a
pump-
Facebook page.
This is pumpkin pie. Sorry. For those of you who did not catch on the chat, and usually Jedi is backing me up on this in chat, there should be a whole bunch of drink written in there. I'm just making sure that's happening. So, VendiClick. I'm excited to see what Xynergy has to offer this season. I'm excited for whooping your guys' asses. As far as I know, conferences have not been set in stone yet, but I will find a way, even if we're not in your conference, to whoop that ass. Because that's what
I'm
XP
wagging
does.
my finger at you aggressively, sir. You cannot see. But we're going to do our best to make sure that doesn't happen. We're going for that number 1 spot this year,
Well,
Oh man.
this season.
I think we all are. And speaking of number ones, something interesting is happening in this chat. I see a beautiful man by the name of Cassie in the Bearded Beauty. And I'm pretty sure both of you are involved in the current struggle for THL supremacy in the All-Star Battle? Or no, Cassie had the offer.
I am not playing in it. No,
Right,
I
but
am
you
just
had
a
the-
caster. I have a ton of fun watching and laddering and making legend with cancer decks. Take a drink.
Oh,
Nice.
you would have been drafted, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep,
he's-
and it would have been such a reach, and that team would have been eliminated last weekend. So
Well,
it's
Would have been
totally
so
fine.
much fun.
Cassie, if it makes you feel any better, I got an invite to the as a personality. The criteria for All Stars was fan favorites and highest whatever you skilled players do. And I got an invite, and if I could have, I would have. But unfortunately, I've been out of town for the two of the weekends where it's been played. But I've been enjoying the VODs, which I hope, and I'm not sure on this. Jedi, if you could let me know in chat, is this going to the VODs? Let's let the delay kick in, and eventually that will show up down there.
All right.
But we have a nice perspective of a player and a caster with the All-Stars. So I want to hear your guys' points of view on both sides. And I'm not going to lie, I don't know. Mange, are you in on the All-Stars?
Yes, I'm actually the Slimsh's opposite. I'm the other captain playing against Slimsh this weekend.
Ooh,
Nice.
we're coming for you.
Let's go, baby.
Um, so
It'll
so
be
let-
fun.
tell us about your experience. How's it been playing in the All Stars? Do you feel the prestige? Are you wearing that mantle?
Oh, I don't belong. I don't belong at all. My team is so much better than me. I got your boy Almace on my team, and he's unbelievable.
Dude, I love. We had a fantastic last night. Almace, Markshire, and myself pretty much played Let's Make Jack Six not an idiot at this game,
Right.
and I think my IQ went up 2 points.
Yeah, he's incredible. Andy
Fellow
was also on
Houstonian.
my team, and
The
he's
best
incredible.
THL players live in Houston. Cheers.
Cheers to Houston.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun though. I've learned a lot. I've had a ton of fun. I've learned a bunch from Andy and Almace, and it's gonna be really fucking awesome being up on Slimsh on Sunday.
Ooh.
Those are fighting words. Apollo, do you have any words for Rocky?
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. Like our preparation, it could definitely be better. Katoda and Clark Kent, they're really, really good players, and it shows. Like once we do get to the series preparation, I just kind of send the email out. It kind of sits there a few days, and then they'll get to it. We'll get to the series preparation, but I don't know. Just watching their games, I just so impressed with them. So happy I picked them up, and it's been so much fun working with those guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm feeling really, really good with them by my side. It's been a really fun experience. Just to like, yeah, you love to play with your team during the regular seasons and off seasons and everything, but this has been a really unique experience to just grab different people in the league that you might not interact with all that much, and yeah,
Yep.
it's been a really fun experience. It's really fun during the games, being in the Skype calls, like
Yeah, I get
spectating the one guy who's playing with the mod there.
I get to be the moderator this weekend. I'm not sure what side I'm going to be on, but I'm pumped, man. Even from like just the fan aspect. And Cassie, you could probably speak to that being a caster. Are there times where you have to control like a personal bias, or there's something that happens you just want to freak the hell out because maybe it's somebody that you enjoy playing in the THL or on your team, or maybe it's just somebody. I'm not going to name any names, but they play cancer decks. And when they lose, you're just like, thank you for losing.
As a fellow curving out fan myself in Hearthstone, where you build decks designed to curve out and let you win games based on the deck building, I don't hate seeing those decks lose at all. But it's a lot of fun to cast knowing that you are seeing the best our league has to offer. Because...
And Mange.
And Mage, and my captain. The fun thing about Salty Weekends is we get to highlight so many different players in the league when we cast during the season. The downside to Salty Weekends is we're often not casting multiple games of the same matchup. So we're highlighting like certain players playing each other, but then we have to go into depth and explain how that affects their matchup for the week. Versus during the All-Star event, we get to sit there and break down the actual team matchup as it's happening in real time, which is so much fun because these guys are so good at the game, and they're picking in real time, and they're making decisions in real time, and they're cooperating in real time, and we get to sit there and kind of guess at what they're thinking and try to highlight for our viewers just the level that these guys are operating on. And it's definitely a level higher than any of us are.
Yeah, I often find myself lost watching a lot of these streams. And, as somebody who has very strong roots in Magic, and coming to a game that I've been told is more like Yu-Gi-Oh! I've never played it. There's certain levels in the counter and the meta of this game that I'm still coming to understand. I have to admit, man, a lot of your commentary and Verde when he does some comment, like the insight I get from you guys, I find to be personally very helpful. For those of you who are trying to improve at this game, if you have not yet done it, Salty Saturdays are fantastic. Coming in and watching some of your potential opponents, your friends, your buddies beating up on one another, it's great and entertaining, but it's also a learning experience if you want it. The insight that you can get from the casters, I know it's helped me improve, And there's something there for everyone, whether you're just there for the fun aspect, the jokes are there, the banter's there, but there's also a depth of knowledge, and to watch guys like who was I watching last week that was like, for instance, D Lyman coming in last weekend. I'm sorry, I forgot the name of his team. It was the Auctioneers and the Commanders. I forgot which one he's on.
He was the auctioneer.
He's on the Auctioneers.
Yeah, they sent him in at a time where he needed to win that game. It was pretty much, you're up against the ropes, your team needs that morale. And to watch the mind games that were played in the class selection, and then to come out and watch him play it, was just on a level that I never imagined this game going to. Has there been a matchup like that for either of you, either Schlimsch playing or Cassidy or casting or Mange playing? Any of you guys had that kind of experience where you're just like, damn, this is on a level all its own?
Well, actually, yeah, I don't know. Speaking to the Salty Weekends and the casting, what's really, really good is for these Salty Weekends, if you somehow during the season see posts where they want people to cast, I would volunteer very quickly for that. They'll pick you up, and Andy in chat is I'm so sad now. But yeah, play your games. Reviewing every game that gets casted is just good in general. The casters give amazing insight. They do a really good job. But
We spread some dank memes too.
Yeah,
They do.
yeah, absolutely.
It's the best of both worlds. But if it's your game, you can go back and review that and see what they had to say about what you were doing. And that's the most valuable.
As somebody
learning
that's been
experience you
casted,
could ever have.
as somebody that's been casted quite a bit, because I'm personally, that's why I want to get casted. First off,
Yeah.
I love making an ass out of myself. I'm rather good at it. But second, to go back and watch afterwards and to just, you know what, sometimes you get ripped apart. You have to have thick skin. But you're not going to get better if you don't get ripped apart, you know?
Verde is relentless.
I'm not going to lie.
I mean, I at least try to, rationalize what the line of play was from the player and then say, oh, we could have done this better. And Verde will just be like, nope,
No.
that was bad, don't do
Yeah.
that.
I
And
love
he'll
it.
do that when he spectates you on ladder, and even though your play
you
won the
gotta do
game,
that
he'll still
more,
tell you
'cause-
it was wrong.
I was feeling so good. I don't know. I messed up so many times in that Freeze Mage game, but I had one play that I was really happy about. And then I rewatched the VOD and saw that when the Antonitis came out, he top decked the bash. He didn't have an answer to Antonitis without that bash. was
Yeah, I
so
remember
sad.
that.
So sad watching that VOD.
Those are the worst plays, man. When you watch, you realize that prior to that top deck, they had nothing. They
had
won
nothing.
the game. I forgot what cast it was. I want to say it was one of the many Hertz Donut and I had casted. I had the game. I had lethal in my hand 3 different ways. And he literally needed to live the dream. Like, the dream. And he top decked it, man. And the casters went nuts, and everybody had the empathy for me, which I appreciated. But going back and watching that, I'm not going to lie, I got a little bit sick. A little bit sick to my stomach watching that afterwards. It hurt.
I have a similar experience to that. I felt like I had to fight pit on this one. I had one week. It was my first week, I think, actually having my games casted, and I believe I won. I believe I won game 1, but the following 3 games I played Freeze Mage each time. Trying to get the win on Freeze Mage because I didn't want to have to keep it on last. And going back and watching my opponents keep hands that had both an Owl and a Kazan Mystic in it. This was against Clark Kent. It was like,
Oh man.
because I was just curious because I wasn't keeping the best track of his hand, to be honest. When I played a Doomsayer in a Frost Nova and I watched it get owled, and it was like, okay, I understand that. And then I would do it again and it would get owled, and it was like, what? And then I would have Kazan Mystic steal my Ice Block for lethal, and I'd go back and I would just see hands that literally just consisted of that. It was just,
Oh, man.
it hurts your soul sometimes.
It does.
That's a heartbreaker.
It
I
literally-
remember calling a game where Slimsh lost to a teammate of mine because my teammate won in 14 to top deck to clear his board. And that was a fun game to
Oh,
cast,
man.
I'll be honest with you.
You know what? I couldn't even rewatch that VOD.
I think it was like an empty hand, too, so you couldn't even miss the fact that he top decked
I
it.
don't
It
know.
was great.
I just regret those games. I'm not the most solid patron player. You guys could probably tell.
Wait.
But I felt like it
that's
was
a
such
deck
a
that
strong
existed
thing to
once.
bring.
Why does that deck not exist anymore?
Oh, This card called War Song Commander got nerfed.
I believe it
Got nerfed. Rest in peace. God bless her soul. Take a drink.
This weekend, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this
Arena
the finals?
Warriors matter.
Is this the finals for the All Stars this weekend?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It is. I also heard, I might be wrong on this. We're gonna do that delay thing where I'm gonna ask Jedi a question and hope that he answers it in chat. But I heard there's a big announcement coming up at the All Stars final. I don't want to say more than that. Jedi, am I correct that big announcement is gonna happen during finals stream? So I believe the stream's now up to a 17-second delay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. It's the best I could do. All right, I built a $5,000 gaming computer and I play League of Legends and Hearthstone on it because I am that cool. So who do we have? ...
Dot, dot, dot.
Big announcement. True. Okay, there is a big announcement coming. So for the 20 some odd people that are THL related in this chat right now, if you want to learn some interesting things about Inception. He did drop the bomb. Man, I wanted them to come and have to wait to know that. The conferences will be announced.
And they're good. They are. We spent a lot of time deciding on how we would format them. There is a random element, but there's also a balanced element. It's awesome, the way they shook out. There's some rivalries that are going to be renewed, and then there's new ones that are going to come out of this. It's going to be a ton of fun.
There is one that I don't want to ruin for you guys, but I am so looking forward to I'm going to call it a property line dispute. And those of you who can read between the lines, you'll understand what I mean by that. There is a property line dispute in one of the conferences, and I love it. And I can't wait to see who ends up on top. I also love the fact that you guys will see this. Entropy, once again, is severely underestimated this season, and I can't wait. I can't wait, because I love it. We play with a chip on our shoulder.
Oh, Team Rank 5 was totally overrated, so don't worry, it balances out.
Yeah,
Whoa.
It balances out in the end. Wow,
Whoa.
wow. Your captain seems to have taken
Fighting
some
words.
offense to that.
The reason that we were given the credit we were given was totally overrated.
Maybe a little bit.
So now, folks, here's the part that breaks my heart. Fantastic episode that was scheduled for 30 minutes is now gone almost an hour.
Whoa.
What? Right? There are a few of us here that have a very important talking to get going to about this beautiful Inception season. So I'm going to open up with our last 5 minutes here to talk about whatever you guys want to. Parting thoughts that you want to get across we didn't get to yet, or maybe just some smack talk you might want to send out to these beautiful people in the chat. Cassidy, you're up first.
Okay, well, I'm so looking forward to Season 1. Mange can attest. I, whine every day that the season hasn't started by now. All I want to do is, I played so many decks on ladder this season before I ended up getting Legend with the Cancer deck.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said a Cancer deck got me to Legend.
You don't
Drink.
have that many legend points.
I do not. But I hit Legend for the second time, so I feel good about that. But I'm excited for the season. I want it to start. I think I've got my lineup kind of figured out, so now I just need to practice it. And we have a team scrimmage on Saturday against a new team. The Filthy Casuals. Take another drink.
Casuals.
Ugh.
And
Filthy.
I am ready to go. I believe this Knack Life guy in chat is their new number 1. So I'm going to say, bring it on, bro, and bring it on, Filthy Casuals, because Team Rank 5 is hungry. And we have a chip on our shoulder heading into Season 1, and we are ready to bring home the gold.
We lead the league and fire in our eyes.
Mage, what would you like to say to the folks at
Filthy.
home before we part?
Good luck this season. This has been so much fun. I hope you guys do this more often because this is really cool, and I'd like to see how this develops.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, man. Let me speak. We really appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
I'm going to actually do this clockwise motion on my Skype, which you guys can't see. And I'm going to go to VendiClick. Any parting thoughts, sir?
I just want to say, Xenergy is going to have a lot of fun taking the number 1 spot this season. And I just want to personally thank Richard, Jedi Ninja, and all the other people who helped run this league for this amazing experience that has not only made me a better Hearthstone player, but also made me quite a few friends. And I think this is amazing. To all the new players, as another new player, I welcome you. I'm glad that we're all on this together, and I love this league.
Awesome.
Oh, I want to second that really quick. I'm going to get a little sentimental. I moved fresh out of college this year,
Fresh
and
out of
I am a
college.
first-year teacher in Houston, and I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. And so the social life is growing, but it's not, it's not where it's going to be, or hopefully should be. And so this league has definitely been like a source of continuity in a whirlwind of life change. So I totally relate to that, Andy.
Awesome. The Bearded Beauty, Slim. What would you like to say, Parton?
I'm really excited for this league. Gotta be honest, I was a little disappointed with last season. I think the Gosu Casuals will have a return to glory. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Wait, the Gosu
You'll
who?
hopefully see.
The Gosu who?
The Gosu Casuals.
Casuals is the key
my,
word here,
My
folks.
drinks are both empty.
That's poor preparation. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Just remember that.
All right. Well, I'll prepare better in the future.
My parting thoughts for all the fine individuals out there is thank you for stopping by. We're gonna try our best to make this a weekly installment, hopefully in the same spot each week. I'll let you guys.
Way better. I bought a webcam and started a stream because of this.
Yeah, because
It's
of
a good
this.
stream.
I would also like to say, I hate the Warthog Commander nerf. Filthy Casuals, Gosu Casuals.
I'm empty, man.
My priest.
so
I'm making
empty.
sure everybody's that way. My priest deck is the best, and every deck in this game is cancer. Also, if we do this next week, tune in because I'm going to have my first ever mass homebrew. It's the largest batch I've ever done. I'm really excited about it. Hoping to get smashed on camera, talking about some THL stuff, and the All-Star Finals. Thank you all for tuning in, and hopefully we will see you here again next week. Everyone,